Okay, so kind of along this same vein that we're talking about like being a Black dance teacher in Seattle, have you encountered any challenges, barriers? We know the answer is yes, but if so, like how have you addressed them?
So I think that I address them in my actions, and I don't necessarily say to people, like, again, I don't know what's in someone's heart. And also, when we're talking about young dancers specifically, like, they don't have control over their environment or their upbringing or what they've been exposed to. Um, there's a lot of things that people are being exposed to against their consent. There's all this information that's coming at us all the time that's like, I don't want to see that. And it's just like trying to cut through all of the noise. Um, I think that there are things that I wish I want to address them more directly. Um, and I think that this interview might be a first step in that. And it's really, really hard to talk about something that is so rooted in also my personal experience as just a human. Um, because I think that especially working with young people, and I remember being a young person so vividly, it's like, wow, they still think that adults know what they're doing. Haven't woken up yet. And I'm trying to wake them up now. I'm like, I just thought of that combo like 5 seconds ago. And it's just like, but understanding the language and understanding that trying to show myself to be a human and humanize myself in front of other people has been such a radical challenge. Um, because I do sometimes, like, we all walk in with armor and everyone's armor is different. And it's not for no reason. Like, I've been in one studio in terms of being just a dancer taking class. Again, I don't know what's in someone's heart. I don't know what's in someone's mind. I remember being in a ballet class, like an open ballet class, and you know, there are not usually a lot of Black dancers in this class, but I'm usually the one that's always there, and so people just kind of notice me, and I don't stand out because I'm trying to. I just stand out by default because everything around me is different than me. Um, and I remember a teacher making a comment. It was supposed to be a compliment, but it was one of those things where because of my experiences, it was like kind of like a surprise that I was good. Like, or a surprise that I was like, we talk about someone being like an intelligent mover, or like, that I am getting this ballet choreography quicker than everybody else. Like I am like excellent. And like the thing is, like, if you look at my bio, like it shouldn't be a surprise, but like still getting that after all these years. And it's still being like, the that I just think that people want to be complimentary, people want to be well-meaning. Sometimes I think the solution is doing less. I definitely think Seattle is full of people who want to prove a lot. They want to prove that they're woke, they want to prove that they're liberal, they want to prove that they're understanding. Um, but I would rather there be more understanding and listening and less trying to prove. Um, and the reality is like hiring a Black male dance teacher here is not going to solve every problem. It's going to reveal a lot of the problems, which is a start. Um, one thing I'm glad I remember this, what I wanted to say is that I work at several different places. I've danced for several different people here. I've worked at several different institutions. I know I'm being sought out, because like in the concert dance world here, there are very few Black male professional dancers, and ones who are interested in teaching as much as I am. With that being said, I think people have their own environments and businesses and clients where they want to show that they have that diversity. However, when you pan out and you look at the bigger picture, and some people don't, which is fine, ignorance is bliss. But when you pan out, yeah, um, not necessarily for me, but um, when you pan out into the bigger picture, and I love being employed, I love my jobs. So this is not knocking the fact that I have a job, but 10 different dance organizations hiring the same Black male dancer is not diversity. It's showing the lack of diversity very strongly. Like, it's like if the Black male dance teacher or dancer period is me all the time at all these different places, it's not like I put on like different clothing and became a different Black person. Like it's like the same. It's just me. It's just like me, like the human that is looking at you right now. I consciously choose to put my body on a bus, go here or there or there or there. You know what I mean? Like it's we're all part of the same community. And like there are not 10 different Robbi Agatha Moores. There's just one. So like it's one of those things. It's like I wish that people could see that it's almost like the overall self-awareness of the dance community. Like it's there's a little, I feel a little bit of a denial, a little bit of like there's a circle happening. Like we think like cause and effect, and it's all separate, but it's actually the cause affecting the cause affecting the cause effect. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that people should branch out. I want, you know, please hire me. Yes, definitely. Hire me. Hire me because you think I'm good. Hire me because you think I'll fit, not just because I'm Black. But then also, like, if you want more Black people, don't just stop at me. Like, as a, here's what else I wanted to say. As a Black person who's not from here, I had to make the conscious decision to get to know Black communities here and other Black artists and people. Like we all network and collaborate consciously. Like we all have different social circles. We're not all into the same things. We're very different people, but we all make it a point to know each other. Why do I know more Black people than people who've been living here their whole life? Why am I the scout that's like, oh, well, if you know somebody, I'm like, why don't you know them? Like, I just got here in my head, like, because I've been here for 8 years and there was a whole pandemic and like people moved away, some people moved, you know what I mean? Like, I know people because I make it a point to Black, white, brown, whatever. Like, um, and I just think that there's also that other issues. Like, I don't want to become the scapegoat for not doing the further work of actually engaging with Black communities here. Um, I'm very happy to be on the board for Creative Dance Center. That was also something that I like was asked to do. I was like, I don't know if I want to be on a board. Like, well, not that I not I don't know if I want to be on the board, but it was I don't know. if I'm qualified to be on a board. Like, I was like, how do you do? But I saw it as a learning opportunity, to learn how board works, learn how all of, it's important for that information to get out to people in general. I also look at spaces where I've become a leader and I've become like the Black person that's there. And like, I myself as a Black person in this space, like, yeah, I'm a dancer and like, dancer's income, right? So I'm not like, I'm a gentrifier, but I'm not like the biggest gentrifier, but I'm still kind of a gentrifier. Like, I'm not from here. And so, and I look into, I don't, and I'm just like, I want to call attention to like, y'all, there are people that were born and raised here that are not being put on a pedestal. Like, this is what else I wanted to say. The vast majority of the Black dancers in the contemporary or concert dance scene here that get put on a pedestal are people who are not from here. And it's a blessing and a curse. Like Donald Byrd, who I worked for, the reason why I moved here for Spectrum Dance Theatre, he himself is not from here. Like, he wasn't like Spectrum Dance Theatre wasn't his company. He came here and then he brought more Black dancers here from other places. And those, or there's like, a lot of the connection, and I would love to see more Black kids who are from here making it here. I would love, in general, nothing to do with race necessarily, but like I would love to see more dance artists in the field, in the adult professional field, going to the recitals of Dance Fremont, Rainier Dance Center, Exit Space, all Momentum, like all these different studios, like go into those, like that's where you get, like, that's where you really hook people. If you want to think about like business wise, like if you think of your dance company as a business, like, because it is, like one of my mentors, Frederick Earl Mosley, or Mosley's Institute of the Arts, like everybody that teaches for him now and choreographs for that intensive was somebody that he taught when they were like high school age. And he kept in contact with them. And like they kept, like, people don't wait until someone's graduated with their BFA to get to know them. You could be going into these schools now and seeing what the kids are doing now. They're talented. And like, if you recruit someone from high school, Spectrum, Wim, like, because P&B is already kind of doing it, right? And like everyone could do that. Like, go, like, these kids are twirling and they deserve to be seen by these high up people in the dance community. And I think that people should pay attention to that and people should give respect to that and show up for those kids. And as well as the adults, beginners, and that sort of, even coming at it from that angle, that also helps like the desegregating racially and like ethnically issue as well.